State. State.
State.
How?
Yes.
How?
How? Sorry, what's the question?
As a governor, as a leader, how would you unify 6 warring states without the use of extreme punishments or extreme control? And would it be effective?
I guess since I did not finish my education, I'm unfit to answer that question.
All right.
So you lied when you said when you said like you would be able to unify 6 warring states. Is that?
No, I never said that.
No, you said that you would be able to.
I would like the witness to elaborate on what kind of people do you see being killed every day because of legalism?
Irrelevant question. Wait your turn to count list.
So you consider legalism a bad way to rule the nation, am I right?
Yes.
You say that free will should be allowed in our country, is that right? I mean, to a certain extent, of course.
To a certain extent.
Yes. And if we were to give free will to the people who do harm to our country, will we have our prosperous Han Dynasty? Will we be unified in China?
Objection. Pause the conclusion. The question asks for an opinion.
Didn't we say opinions were allowed?
Yeah.
You need to choose whether you overrule or not.
Yeah. I'll allow that for now.
Alright. And as Jing Shi Huang asked, why was your family stated? One more time. Why was your family hunted down?
Because they attempted to flee.
They attempted to flee the country. I have no more questions.
You may go back to my question. Defense for me now. Begin your final defense.
Judge, jury, your majesty.
What's that about?
I am honored here to stand today to defend the false charge placed on my client, Jing Shi Huang. The charge states excessively cruel punishments of criminal and opponents based on a strict interpretation of legalism. I, defendant, will be pleading not guilty when the court is over. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's take a step back into the history of our warring state. I want you to imagine our great empire in war. For over 200 years, China was faced with constant warfare, violence, chaos. It has embedded itself into our own human nature. Within this warring state, we need order. That is when Han Feizi, our great philosopher, who stepped up the basis of legalism.
Please get to the point.
Legalism states that human beings are more inclined to do wrong than to do right because of selfish greed. How do we control those who are wrong? How do we control children that are swearing or stealing or hurting? And through punishment, can we control them? Extreme punishment is used as a deterrent, as a message to others that they cannot do what they want. And the purpose of strict punishments is to enforce an even stronger message, to cause even more regret when they think about their own crimes. We aren't just going to tickle them for their punishment if they murdered someone. We need to state our defense. We need to state how strong we are. And through our majesty, his rule and legalism, it helped create a superior army, a disciplined bureaucracy, an obedient populace. Its unquestioned authority of a strong central government, and of course, its full unification of China. The bureaucratic model created by legalism and by Jing Shi Huang became the standard of Chinese governments for the later prosperous Han Dynasty. Thank you.
Professor, would you like to say something about that?
That was beautiful.
Is that all?
Defense for me now. Call a witness to the stand.
I call Li Feng. Li Feng? Li Feng. Yes.
please state your name and occupation?
My name is Lee Kim, and I'm a senior official in
Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and your family, maybe?
So as I stated in my occupation just now, I'm the senior advisor of the Emperor. My job is to exercise censorial powers and uphold disciplinary procedures over officials. I also prevent the abuse of authority in the court.
I want to ask, what does it take to become a court advisor?
Well, I was born into nobility, but becoming an advisor definitely wasn't easy. I had to study really hard and prove myself to the Emperor against other capable nobles.
So you are well educated and wise, am I right?
So I might say.
Objection. You didn't question. The question is a just and answer.
Overruled. Like what? She's stating how she relates to the question.
And do you agree with the end justifies the means?
Yes, I do. I am a forward-thinking man, and I believe that if the product is beneficial, the means wouldn't matter.
Interesting. As an advisor of court, why would you agree with legalism or with Our Majesty?
Well, as both Shang Yang and Han Fei stated, legalism adheres to three things: the enforcement of the law, the regulation of state policies, and the exercise of power. So, a few years back, Qin Shi Huang brought us out of a warring country and to a more civilized community. He needed a way to unify China, and the first step was to eliminate any branching philosophies or possible evils. So, legalism demands full attention to the emperor.
How do you think legalism has benefited our country as a whole?
It allows for a strict uniform law code for people to follow. It's simple. If people break the law, then they're punished. In addition, the philosophy of legalism states that people do more wrong than right. So when we deliver a strict crime policy, we restrict them from doing more evil.
Excellent. Do you think legalism has the power and potential to unify our country?
Yes.
Explain.
Objection. All of these questions you're asking are all opinion. She's been saying her own opinion without relating to any facts.
This related to unify.
She just said yes.
Yeah, now I'm explaining why. Why?
No, she's asking.
No, I'm
He's
explaining
asking
why.
for an explanation
Yeah,
of why it
do you
works.
think that legalism has the power to unify the country?
Yeah.
Overruled. It's an opinion. It's opinion.
But then why does it? No, she's explaining why it works. She's a member of the court. She has experience in how this works.
Okay, Prudence, explain.
Okay. Yes, because as I explained earlier, if uniform law system for people to to follow.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, do you agree that Qin Shi Huang?
I didn't say you can begin the conversation.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Cross-examination.
Okay, thanks. So, do you agree that Qin Shi Huang ruled based on a legalist philosophy? So, you agree that punishment should be given up to those who do wrong. So why shouldn't Qin Shi Huang be punished for punishing people who do wrong? So, how serious are his actions, or how mild are they that he shouldn't deserve to be punished?
You remember the material? We're talking about legalism on criminals and opponents, not the king, not the emperor.
You can, if you can have anything else to press the witness, please do so.
We agree with Ryan.
Also, the two sides will refrain from taking jabs at each other. Prosecution, I'm giving you 30 seconds to create an argument.
So to benefit the unification of the country, you say that killing people should be justified. Right?
Not necessarily killing. There are other punishments depending on.
Okay, can you elaborate on some of those?
Well, there.
In other words, he's asking you to elaborate on what are some of the lesser punishments other than death.
You say that they don't necessarily die.
Well, instead of killing, you can, like for example, convicts are sent to the Great Wall to work sometimes. It really depends on the crimes in general.
Yeah, but
And if it's less severe, then they won't be killed.
How less severe is less
Yeah.
severe?
For example, if they murder or if they, I think you could call heresy, then of course death is a very prominent option. But if it's something very limited, if it's something very small, like stealing perhaps, then
yes, but as my witness stated, some things that happen, like for example, people who are trying to flee the country, they should not be killed for that. Yeah. So what kind of a justification is that?
From where do you get this information?
From the witness who has claimed to tell the truth.
Nice.
And not only
That's
because
so refrain from making comments. Making comments.
Okay, just
Judge, that was his last one.
just listen. We will have to just put a full stop there, right? Now, Warren, just wait. When we come back to class on Friday, the jury, you guys will have to make a verdict, right? Guilty or not guilty. Now, Warren, when they make a verdict, if it's guilty, you have to work out a punishment, right? Hang on, wait. Shh. Jeremy, sit down. Guys, we'll stay here until you are quiet and listening, right? So the next class is going to be, like I said, the verdict. And then we're going to go through some of the things that we talked about, right? Just have some reflection time, just have a look at if the key question was addressed or not. Okay? In the meantime, we need to do one thing. You guys can go get changed. Right? The rest of you, can you guys put the desks back into how they were?